Well, hello everyone, I'm Tyler Ferret from Meridics, and we are making it easy for small sports teams to broadcast like the pros. So we live right now in a golden age of pro sports broadcasting. If we had an event going on at the venue that we're here at today, you basically could see that event with unprecedented access. Every camera on every car, every driver, from every angle. And data and analytics and stats on top of that to truly give context to what we're watching. But what does it really take to produce that? It takes this. It takes a production truck. It takes tons of staff and miles of cabling that we're lugging from venue to venue to venue across the country. And control rooms with tons of people and complicated technology and staff. But what about the sports that truly affect probably a lot of us in this room every single day? What about your daughter or sister playing college soccer? Your kids in the local Little League championship? Maybe your son playing high school football? So we got to thinking that every one of us could probably take out their phone right now and they'd have an HD lens in their pocket. There's incredible consumer-grade technology all around us, but there's no way to really put that together into a sports broadcast, and that's why we created Meridics. So we think that you can take a smartphone, similar to the technology you even see right here, a GoPro, maybe even a consumer-grade camcorder out to a field. And with Meridics,
Go ahead and try.
you could create this. For baseball, basketball, even equestrian sports, telestrator on the field, just like you see at the pro level. Think about even drone footage. Aerial coverage tonight brought to you by just a simple drone. Incredible pro-like experiences at a lower than pro level. And in terms of the customer, we're giving them entirely the brand. It's their colors, it's their logos, it's their team. And instead of the Lake Erie Crushers on the Meridics network, it's just the Lake Erie Crushers network. Teams and schools love this. And for the fans, they're getting an experience that's just like they see on ESPN or MLB.tv. So how are we actually doing that? How are we taking this consumer-grade technology and actually combining it into what you're going to see on ESPN? Well, first of all, some good engineering behind it. But most importantly for the user, it's easy. Instead of signing in with server names and mount points and production workflows, you sign in with a username and a password. What are you doing? You're creating a live broadcast. We ask you what type of event it is. Okay, it's a football game. You can even put monetization on top of it in terms of tickets and passes. You can password protect the broadcast. All sorts of different tools and technologies that used to only be available at the pros are now available to every single team at any level. And our customers love it. We've had over 2,700 channels created. Last year, over 14,000 live broadcasts went on our network. And we had over 1 million unique devices connected to those broadcasts. And the audience is probably much larger than that because oftentimes there's more than one person actually watching the broadcast. We've even had some of our broadcasts at Buffalo Wild Wings locations or Applebee's locations where it wasn't on traditional television, but they still organized a watch party because the footage that was coming out of our system was so good. And because of that, ESPN affiliates have used us, Texas Sports Radio Network, the Minnesota Sports Broadcast Network, individual schools and colleges, and athletic leagues as well. Now the video industry has even taken notice. They have so much confidence in our platform and in what we're doing that they actually are building support into what we do into their own products on the market. So these are products that you can go out and buy or use today that have Meridics embedded. We realize that not every single backyard baseball game is going to be broadcast. But there's really an incredible opportunity here with just the sheer volume of games that go on worldwide. There were over 2 million high school athletic events that go on every year. And just in the football space alone, 225 million tickets are sold just to high school football and just in the US. That's tremendous audiences. The FIFA, the Worldwide Soccer Organization, actually does what they call the Big Count, which is a census of all the registered teams around the world. That's 270 million players. That's not just neighborhood leagues. That is in their system, U12, U14, those type of leagues. I know St. Louis is a soccer town. That's got to be a number that resonates. About 40 million people attended a minor league baseball game, and the Columbus Dispatch estimates that about $6 billion is spent just in the youth segment. That's not schools or high schools, elementary, anything, just the youth and just the youth segment. So who do our customers, how do we tend to get them? Well, in three funnels. Either it's the media, radio stations, TV stations, newspapers. They use our product to create great experiences for their audiences and often much cheaper than what they were doing already. Leagues, which are college conferences, athletic conferences, high school athletic associations, we can sometimes get them as customers and they can create a consistent broadcast experience across all of their teams. And then sometimes individual teams themselves. That could be anything from sports information department to a specific college, to a coach or a parent, player, who, whatever it might be, a specific team can actually create their own channel. So our model right now, our revenue model, is based on licensing. So teams can actually sign up for channels and they can basically pick the package that they want depending on the capacity and the features that they want to use. And right now is extremely attractive because most of our revenue comes actually in the second half of the year, and most of our growth. And the reason being is we're hitting new academic years, new broadcast seasons. So this is a particularly good time for us to scale. But besides that licensing, we also have a couple of other revenue streams. So for example, instant downloads. That's people can buy a copy of a game. That's for either posterity reasons, or they can cut clips from it, send it to college recruiters. There's lots of different reasons why people want kind of that hard copy of a game. Teams, if they so choose, can also put tickets and passes. They can monetize their audiences. We don't require that, but if they choose to do that, they can create a season pass for their league, or even just a ticket for one individual game. There is advertising that we put on free accounts, and we're also right now working on a system which basically allows us to aggregate views in a large package for big advertisers. So for example, an Under Armour may not go to a specific high school because the audience at one high school is not big enough for them to do an ad buy. But if we can say, hey, here's X number of million of views across the country, they can do an ad buy against a very captive audience, and we can then share that revenue with each one of the individual schools. And finally, we have custom data and API and feeds based that we provide to our broadcasters. Video is definitely a very hot space right now. Big companies, small companies, there's a lot of activity in this space. But we think that we have a completeness of vision in sports video that is unmatched by the industry. If you want to control your brand, you can't do that with YouTube. You want to get rid of ads, you can't really do that with Facebook. Game Changer is a big player in this space. They don't even have video right now, live video. So we think that Meridics is the best suited product across the board for what sports teams at any level need right now. We're already a profitable company. We anticipate spending a little bit extra this year to scale more quickly, but we anticipate doing that and hitting some attractive revenues very, very quickly. I'm in a single founder situation right now. Basically, I have a computer science and business background from Purdue University, but I'm also not a stranger to high pressure situations, to the extent that I used to work at a company called MedStrat, which was doing clinical technical support in a medical setting, as well as working in the sports tech side of things at Illinois Assembly Hall in their sporting arena as well. We're also backed by some great industry mentors. So Mike Jacob, that you see here, is the president and COO of Sport Vision. That's who makes the Pitch FX in baseball, or the yellow first down line that you see on the field in pro sport broadcasts. And then Nima Aftada, who's a senior analyst at Google. So we've reached 14,000 broadcasts. We've hit over 1 million unique visitors. We're now at over a $200,000 a year revenue run rate. And it's a single founder. We are entirely bootstrapped. So imagine what we could do with your help. And so we'd like you to join us as we raise $500,000 in order to rapidly scale out this business and attack this market as quickly as we possibly can. What are we going to do with those funds? Well, first of all, we're going to round out a team, hire key team members. We're going to expand to all platforms. So basically where broadcasters are and where their audiences are, we need to be. Android, iOS, Windows, Mac, everywhere. Even the OTT, television platforms. We want to improve the user experience, as I said earlier, and I showed screenshots of. We've taken a process that used to be 30 steps, and we made it 5 or 10. We think that with improvement, we can make it 1 or 2. Much more easy, much more intuitive, more and more heavy lifting that our platform takes on for the user. We want to expand our multi-camera capabilities. We already have a lot. We can get better at that as well. And then we want to execute on our sales and marketing plan, which includes new partnerships with new leagues and conferences, both in the US and worldwide. We have not done any marketing to this date. Everything that we have done has been word of mouth. Customers see our product, whether it's a fan or a coach or a broadcaster, they like it, they tell others about it, and that's how we've been able to grow so far. And so we'd love to speak with you after the presentations today. We'd love to show you some more footage. I took some screenshots there, but we can actually show you some of the footage that was captured in full video format. And again, we'd like your assistance to help us bring that pro-level experience to small teams, to any level, basically large teams, small teams, any team that wants to do a good-looking sports broadcast. Thanks.